Join me on a journey to embrace your Kavela life. Beginning our yin practice in child's pose. Just bringing your awareness maybe to any resistance, tension in the body that you might have. And just start to push the breath to those areas. And let's float the arms forward, coming into an extended child's pose. Taking the arms off the mat over to the left side. Maybe placing that right palm on top of the left palm. Feel a nice right side body stretch. From the right hand all along that right arm, through the shoulder, down the side of the torso, down into that right hip. Deep inhale. Draw that breath into the lungs, down into the belly. And let's walk the hands back to center. Just keep walking over to the right side. Right palm grounds, left palm on top of that right hand. Feel that left side body stretch. Really start to connect and come into a nice connection to the breath. And then walk those hands back through center. Coming back into your extended child's pose, floating up to tabletop. Staying slightly towards the back of your mat. And stacking the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Let's move through some cat-cows here, letting the belly drop, tuck the toes. Gaze up. Exhale around, navel to spine, relax through the feet. Just begin to move here with your own breath at your own pace. And slowing everything down. Taking this time to just relax. And maybe finish up one more full round. And then make your way back to a neutral spine. And we're just going to focus on the lower body first today. So find your high plank. And then option to just make your way to your down dog if you want to float through a chaturanga. Or just go right to down dog. And everybody meeting in your down dog. And again, make sure that you take any movements. If you need to pedal the heels here at any time, go ahead and do that. So coming right into our three-legged dog, float that right leg up. Bend the knees, stack the hip. Draw the knee into the chest, coming in for low lunge. So coming into low lunge, if you're just starting your practice, maybe just stay right here. If you've been coming a while and you want to go right into your lizard pose, go for that. So low lunge dragon, make sure that that right knee is stacked over the right ankle. Start to slide the left leg back behind you. So this is all about opening up the hip area. So we will hold here for about 2 minutes. So find a place where you feel maybe a little resistance, tension. You might feel it underneath that right thigh, maybe in the left hip flexor. So once you find that edge, that point of resistance, just want to hold, start to relax the upper body. Don't put too much weight in the palms, the arms. Let the head hang. And then just let those hips drop closer towards the ground. Just focus on the breath. Use that breath as a tool, allowing the body to soften, surrender. Little by little, as the body relaxes, you'll find you might gain a little bit more space or feel that tension disappear. Make sure you're not putting any pressure in that left knee. Most of the weight is in that right foot, the top of the left foot. And remember, the yin practice isn't a follow me practice. Do what your body needs today. Make any adjustments and then just come into stillness. From here, if you're in lizard, start to make your way back to center. And then let's just take a little counter stretch here, coming into our forward fold. So start to shift those hips back, holding a leg with maybe forehead to knee. Think about starting to square, starting the right hip back, left hip forward. And just soften here. And then let's release, coming back up to dragon low lunge. Tuck the left toes, step back to your down dog or three-legged dog first, if that feels good for you. And then down dog. And pedal those heels. Feel free to move through your high plank, chaturanga, and we're just holding your down dog. Totally your choice. And then meeting in down dog, we're going to stay with that right leg and come into our pigeon pose. Pigeon pose, float the right leg up, same leg, bend the knees, stack the hip, and then let that right knee draw over towards the right wrist. So starting to come into your pigeon pose, stay nice and lifted. Avoid collapsing into that right hip. You want to stay up here. And maybe this is where you are today. Think about chin, top of your mat. Going a little deeper in the hips. Maybe lift through that spine, coming in for a little here. Then leading with the heart, the chest, start to fold forward. Walking forearms if this is accessible to you, or just stay on the palms. Maybe stack the forearms, resting the forehead. If pigeon pose is too intense for your knees, just take that modification, laying on the back. Coming in for your 4. Breathing here. And pushing the breath to that right hip. Deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, let it go. slowly start to make our way, releasing out of our pigeon pose, walking up onto the palms. And from here, let's take that left leg, sweep it around. And then bringing that right leg, cross it over the left, stacking that right knee on top of the left knee. The left knee is going to face up towards the sky. Maybe start to flex that left foot. But just listen to your body here. Feel the sits bones grounding. Big inhale up, float the arms. Exhale, float the arms down. Taking the palms facing down, interlace the fingers, bring them underneath that left thigh. And then option here to start to come into a forward fold. Or just stay here. So we're getting into a different area in the hips, the outer hips. Try to stay relaxed in the shoulders. So maybe you're just taking an inch into that forward fold, or if you're feeling really flexible, maybe bringing the forehead, nose to the knee. So just do what you can, just keeping the shoulders relaxed, the upper body. Feel a stretch in that left hamstring, the outer hips. Gently easing into this. Taking 2 more deep breaths here, full rounds of the breath before we release. And slowly release. Let's come back to seated. Taking that right foot and grounding it. We're going to come into a seated spinal twist. So feeling those sits bones ground, taking the right arm behind you, extend through the left. Exhale, take a twist. So maybe that left elbow hooks over that right knee. Start to gaze over the right shoulder. Coming into a little spinal twist here. And then exhale, release. Come back to center. Extend that right leg. And then bending the right leg. We're going to just come out of this the same way we went in. Left leg behind you. Back through your pigeon pose. So right knee bends, left leg extends. Tuck the left toes. And then step back to your down dog, maybe taking a three-legged dog, stretching out that right leg. Exhale, down dog. High plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Pedal those heels, bend the knees, move the hips, shake it out. And then let's get right into that left leg to even out the body. Left leg floats up to the sky, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Draw that knee in, coming in for a low lunge dragon. So first get that alignment. The left knee stacks over the left ankle. Slide that right leg behind you. Let the hips drop. Coming into this hip opener. Or if you went for lizard on the other side, go ahead and do that. So just make sure that the knee never goes past the toes. Think about lowering the hips and sliding that right leg back like you're almost going to go in for a split. And then once you get your alignment, your foundation, making sure there's no pressure in that right knee, start to relax the upper body, the arms, the palms. Let the torso rest on that left thigh. Let the head just hang. It's all about the hips here. Feel that right hip flexor opening up. Feel the left thigh lengthening. Just close the eyes and breathe here. Staying with that breath, deep inhale. And as you exhale, maybe let those hips sink a little lower. Slowly release. So if you're in lizard, start to walk that foot back in, coming back to center. And let's slowly take a little counter stretch here, coming into our forward fold. Shift the hips back. Fold over that left leg, maybe slide that leg back. Flex that left foot. Let the chest drop. And then let's walk back up towards the top of our mat, back to your low lunge. And we're just gonna make our way to down dog, flow it out if you'd like. Three-legged dog. Stretch it out. Exhale, down dog. High plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Staying with that left leg, coming in for pigeons. So if you took the modification on your back, go ahead and do that. Left leg floats up, bend the knees, stack the hip, open it up. Left knee over to left wrist. And then landing in your pigeon, slide that right leg back. Shimmy that left shin parallel with the top of your mat. And just do the best you can do. This is a pretty intense hip opener. Stay nice and lifted. Maybe you stay right here for a while. Allowing the hips to open up in their own time. Maybe start to fold. Lowering the chest, the heart. Stacking the arms, forehead rests. Use your breath. Don't hold the breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the nose. Releasing any tension, any negative energy, emotions. Just give yourself permission to let it all go. And slowly start to come back to center, walking back up onto the palms. And from here, let's sweep that right leg around. Extending the right leg in front of you. And then crossing that left knee on top of the right. Try to stack the knees if you can, as best you can, keeping that right knee facing the sky. Flex that right foot. Ground the sits bones nice and tall. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, float the arms down. Let those palms face the mat. Interlace the fingers, taking them underneath that right thigh. And then lead with the heart, bending the elbows. Start to slowly fold forward. Maybe you're only coming forward a half inch. So just do whatever works for you. Relax and breathe. Try to stay relaxed in the shoulders, the neck, the jaw. And sometimes as we try to go deeper, everything else tenses up. So if that happens, try to relax. And if it's too much, then just ease back a little bit. And just hold where you are and breathe, and eventually the body will release and allow you to go deeper. Feel the stretch in that right hamstring, maybe in the outer hips, maybe all the way down into that right foot. Just notice where you're feeling any sensations in the body. And let's slowly start to release. Release the hands. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, float them down. And then grounding that left foot. Again, feel those sits bones ground. Sit up nice and tall, long spine here. Taking that left palm behind you. Inhale, float the right arm up. Coming in for a seated spinal twist. Hook that right elbow across the left knee. Start to open up, gazing over that left shoulder. Deep inhale. Exhale, twist. Let's release. Come back to center. Float that left leg behind you. Or actually, sorry, let's go out the same way we went in. So we're going to bend the left knee, sweep that right leg around. Tuck the right toes, extend that leg up to the sky. Three-legged dog. Exhale, float it down, down dog. Pedal, take any movements you need. High plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. From here, let's walk the feet towards the hands. Coming towards the top of your mat. And then just lower your bottom down. Coming to sit. Extending the legs out. Shake the legs out if you need to. We're going to come into a forward fold. Bending the knees first. Take the hands to the feet. And then not putting too much stress on the feet. Just gently making that hand to foot connection. Start little by little. Straighten the knees, folding over the legs. Again, just let the body, upper body, chest fall towards the legs naturally. Take any intensity out. The yogis call this the perfect full body stretch. Starting at the toes, the ball of the foot, the arch, the heel, the calves, the thighs, the hamstrings, the glutes, the lower back, the mid back, the upper back, the shoulders, the biceps, the forearms, the wrists, the hands, the fingers, back to the toes. And slowly, let's release, walking the hands up. Let's take another counter stretch here. Bring the palms behind you. Coming in for reverse plank. So pointing the toes. Inhale, lift the hips up. Let those feet drop. Opening the chest, the heart. Exhale, slowly lower down. From here, we're going to open up to the side of our mat. And just maybe come into butterfly pose first. And just let those knees drop. Sitting up tall here. So a lot of hip openers this morning. Let the upper body relax. So you can totally stay right here. If you want to just kind of work this, letting those knees drop, and then little by little making your way into a fold, or not, just staying where you are. Or if you want to come into dragonfly, extend the legs out, coming in for a straddle. So yogi's choice, whatever feels good for you, whatever you want to do. So if you're coming in for dragonfly, taking the palms onto the legs, flex the feet, or take the palms center and slowly start to make your way down, walking the hands out in front of you or down the legs towards the toes. And just breathe wherever you are. Little by little, the chest gets closer towards the ground. Those hamstrings lengthen. Hips feel more open. And then from here, let's slowly make our way back to center wherever you are. Inhale, float the arms up overhead. Exhale, let's come into a nice side stretch, nice and gentle here. Opening that chest up to the sky. Inhale, come back through center, take it over to the opposite side. Inhale, come back through center. Big inhale up. Exhale, float the arms down. And let's make our way back to the top of our mat, extending the legs. Bend the knees. Let's bring the arms forward, round through the spine. And then roll all the way down onto your back. And float the knees right into the chest, coming into a little ball here. Give yourself a big hug. And then release. Float those feet down to the ground. Take the arms out in T. And then maybe just windshield wiper the knees from side to side here. Maybe 4 times. And then Taking both knees over to the right, let them ground. Turn the head gazing over to the left. So just holding here. Come back, float the knees through center, and just let them fall over to the left, other side, gaze over to the right. Come back through center. And then from here, let's just bring the soles of the feet together, coming into butterfly pose, reclined butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana. Hopefully you feel really open in the hips. Take the arms overhead, palms to the sky. Feel those shoulders ground, the shoulder blades, the hips. Exhale, let's float the knees together as you float the arms down alongside the body. Inhale, float the arms overhead. Let the knees open up. Just like a butterfly's wings, just flowing, opening and closing. Inhale, open up. Exhale. Inhale, holding here. And just come back to the present moment, coming into our final posture for our practice today, Shavasana. So whenever you're ready, just extending the legs, opening the arms out in T. Coming back to the natural breath. Allowing the body to be still, the mind to be still. Feel free to stay in your Shavasana as long as you like, gaining all the wonderful benefits it provides. If you'd like to join me in closing out your practice, begin to bring some movement into the toes, the fingers, the hands, the feet. Inhale, float the arms up overhead. Bend the knees. And slowly start to roll onto your side, coming into a fetal position, taking some deep breaths there. Slowly, when you're ready, just make your way back to a comfortable seated position. And sitting up nice and tall, let's roll the shoulders back, lengthen through the spine, crown to the sky, shoulders fall away. Closing with 3 cleansing breaths. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. Exhale. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. And thank yourselves for starting your day in a positive and healthy way and being so consistent as you go through the rest of your day and the days ahead. Continue to make those positive and healthy decisions. Be good to yourself, be kind, be gentle, be patient. May there always be peace in your heart, peace in your words, and peace in your mind. Have an amazing rest of your day. Namaste.
I hope you enjoyed your journey today. If you would like to see new classes, please remember to subscribe, like, visit our website at kavelalife.com. Become a member on our Patreon account. By becoming a member, it allows us to create new classes. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Kavela Life. Thank you so much. Namaste.